So if I could have Robert Higdon and William Mace Baker, and I think we have some other representatives possibly from UK Center of Excellence in Rural Health. We have anyone else here? If you'll come up and join us at this table here. Let's give them a hand. And then we have our student, Mr. Ricky Baker, and his employers, Beacons of Hope. We have representing Beacons of Hope, Mr. Barry Martin, who's also the CEO of Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky, and Greg Burke, who is the executive director there at Beacons of Hope. If we have anyone else representing Beacons, if you'll please come up and join at this table. And William, I call him Mace, but it's not remember him from school. I wanted to mention that he is the director of the UK Center of Excellence in Rural Health. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about our students. Mr. Ricky Baker, he completed his Adult Peer Support Specialist Certificate in March of 2025, so he just recently completed, and he applied for a Peer Support Specialist at Beacons of Hope. And he returned because he was so interested and so excited about obtaining that position, and he knew he had been out of the job market for a while. He felt like he really wanted to brush up on his interview skills, right? His resume writing skills. So he actually came back to the Workforce Solutions Unit. He worked with Kendra Johnson and others, and he did some practice, some mock interviews, and I think he did some practice interviews with some other folks there at Beacons as well. And he was able to go to that interview in March, and he was able to obtain that position as Adult Peer Support Specialist there at Beacons of Hope. And we are here to have him sign today with his employer, Greg Burke. So if you could sign away. Ricky?
Wasn't prepared for that, but sure. When Ricky rolled into that interview, I personally was sitting in that interview because his story intrigued me a little bit. He was so nervous, but he still had confidence. And that's been the practice and the training that he was able to do with people in the community. I told him today, and Dr. Leonard was with me, I said, do you see all the people standing here and sitting here today? They're here to celebrate you and your success. And this is the tip of the iceberg. I'm really excited about having him on. I think he's a perfect fit now for the peer supporting job. I see his ceiling being so high. Very intelligent, work ethic's great, has a drive to him. I'm excited, really excited to have him on board, and I couldn't thank him enough for coming to that interview and accepting that position once he got done with that. Fantastic candidate and great person.
And I'd like to thank Beacons of Hope for being such a wonderful community partner to HCTC. We actually, three of us, Barry and Greg and I just returned from a conference in Nashville where we presented to, I think it was about 400 individuals, and we spoke about our partnership and all the good things that we're doing together. We know that we all have the heart for it, for serving our community. We know that all of you have the heart for it. That's what we're here for. But we talked about that peer support specialist program, and we also spoke about adult ed. We spoke about our admissions department and how they're constantly at Beacons working with individuals, and we spoke about our construction technology program, just all the efforts that we're putting forth in recovery and reentry. So I know that there's still more good work to be done there. So thank you all. Okay. Our next student, many of you know Robert from being here on the Hazard campus. I do believe that Robert has been one of our most faithful, ready to work in maintenance and operations employees that we have had. He has always been here, rain or shine, no matter what he was juggling, because he was juggling many things with 4 children, and also, going to school and working, and I just admire his persistence. So he is graduating with his Associate Applied Science and Information Technology in May of 2025, so he'll be walking across that stage. And he's been, like I said, employed with us for a number of years through that Ready to Work program. And he, again, is always dependable, and he has also served us in a leadership capacity. And I've really seen him grow as a leader here at HCTC. He started out working with our student ambassadors, initiating many community service projects, and then he became our HCTC board rep, our student board rep on our board of directors. And then he recently became our KCTCS student representative on the KCTCS Board of Regents. So he represents students from the entire Commonwealth, so from all of the KCTCS institutions. He is that student voice. So like I said, I've really been impressed with his growth and his leadership abilities. And he was very excited about applying for this position. He really wanted to get into the IT area, the tech solutions area, where his background was. I know that he enjoyed working for us with M&O, but he really wanted to put his skills to work. So he applied for the position at UK Center of Excellence in Rural Health as their data coordinator, and he was able to interview for that position, and he was able to secure that. And he actually has already started, and I think been thrown right into it with different events. And so I want to congratulate him, and let's have him sign. And then I'd like to ask William Baker to come up and speak to us a little bit about Robert, if he doesn't mind.
In these small rural communities, it is hard to find staff to fill a lot of the roles at the center, because we do a lot of research and workforce development, and so it's tough to find a good fit. So when we interviewed Robert, we knew right away he was a perfect fit, and the training support provided by this program here at the college is a true benefit to our area, in that it prepares people to enter, into professional roles. And Robert has been up there. He's even teaching a few of our IT folks things. So we're glad to have him, and thank you all for having us today.
Caleb's taking the photos there, I just too want to talk about what a good partner UK Center of Excellence in Rural Health is. We work with them throughout many different types of programming and training, and most recently our community health workers. So we have a strong partnership with UK to train high school students in that program. So we worked with them to develop that curriculum. It's their curriculum, but we've been able to work with them to help find them students, and it has been approved at the KCTCS level, so we have plans to work with them to continue to expand. But I think you'll see more and more people with that community health worker credential, because that CHW is all about education and educating the public. It's really kind of more of a public health type certificate that students are obtaining there. And it works well with other allied health certificates. So thank you very much for your partnership. All right. Thank you all very much. We appreciate you. And we'll move into the next segment